That's actually pretty terrifying. Here, let's... Okay, there we go. So, if you're not wondering what this video is, it's basically a video of, like, how to do things with PvP. So, I'll show you the basics. And this is mostly going to be about, player versus NPC combat. Now, you can apply this to, the player aspect, but just be aware that, like, most of the stuff that I'm going to mention will not help you at all while you're PvPing. So I'm just going to get down to the basics involving the melee weapons and other things. So let's just get down to the basics. So here we have a standard crowbar. Now, one thing about it is that so basically when you're hitting a box, kind of. So when you hit a person, it fires a hit scan bullet from a short distance away. Yeah, so it's like kind of like here. So you do have some reach, but it's not that much. So you're gonna have to like get up close and personal. And the one thing is that you're gonna be shooting at guys that like involve guns. So as you can clearly see here, so you're not gonna be facing up with some people who have like melee weapons, and the ones that do will have like, you'll have a hard time with them. So yeah, this is only for like breaking crates, so nothing else. So let's just get down to the other one, which is the gravity gun. Now, one thing to note about the gravity gun is that it's like only for like props like these, so small kind of props. Now, one thing to note is that they are for like do really crazy amounts of damage, but there are some downsides. I'm not sure what those downsides are, but yeah, they're kind of there. So yeah, now one thing to know is that the things that show here are explosive, these three, but not this one, because this doesn't actually do anything except sound funny when you throw it. And yeah, you can like hear like a bunch of like stuff going on, and like this causes fire to like anyone who like gets hit by it, and so does this one too. So there's like a wide variety of things that can cause fire. And there is a super gravity gun, but that's mostly for like I'm gonna have to move these guys, they're causing commotion. So yeah, there is a super gravity gun, but it's not in the console at all. Well, in this, you have to go into the console. Now, you need to go into your settings and enable some stuff and things, which I'm not going to mention into it. And I'm not going to mention the command because you're obviously not going to use it. But you can pick up people and shoot them with it. And it's blue, just like the fizz gun, but the fizz gun is mostly for lifting objects. You can kill with this, but it's just kind of like you can drag and then shove things on people. So anyways, if you find explosive barrels, you can launch them. Just be careful where you're shooting it, because it is kind of a big area. And these are not destructible, while the wooden props are. Well, depending on like how you throw it, they are destructible, but yeah, apart from that, that's not really. Yeah, and it's kind of like a short range kind of weapon, because like when you throw it, it like gains gravity back, so yeah. And it's kind of like wonky how to throw it. And now most small props don't really register, and I'm not sure why, but yeah, that's the source engine. So anyways, I'm gonna show you the bullet spread and some other things that involve the weapons. So let's just stop getting into the stuff with consoles and other things with the gravity gun. So yeah, here's the pistol. Now you get this in the first thing of like Half-Life, but I'm not gonna do Half-Life, but you can do that if you want to. And I need some breath right now and water. So here's the pistol. Now it is kind of the same thing that all pistols are in games, just kind of weak and not really much. But if you hold down the fire button, it will like do this. Now I'm gonna show you the spread pattern so that you guys can see what it looks like. I'm not gonna move my mouse at all. I'm gonna try and like hold it down and press the fire button. So yeah, that's the spread. I'm gonna do close up because that was medium range. So yeah, you can see a difference, and you can see a very obvious difference if you step far away. Your shots are going to be more inaccurate, so you're going to have to use it for close quarters, but you can use it if you want to spam your way to a health kit, so yeah, that's something. Now we have the Magnum. This is a high-powered rifle. Well, I think the shot thing is mostly for like rifles that they defeat. I have no idea what I'm talking about. So here's the revolver, and it does fire single shot, so it's not really gonna be good. And like one thing to note about like the hitboxes is that pretend like this is the hitbox. So so when I move it to here, it kind of lags behind. That's what the hitbox is doing whenever an NPC is moving, and that becomes like more apparent if there's like some problems with the like PC or something. So like you have to like fire at them head on, so if they're coming towards you from here, or then you're gonna have to fire like straight on. But if they're like going this way, you have to move and aim at the direction that they're moving to so that you can like get a shot. And you might have to fire like maybe on them or like behind them, because that's most likely where the hitbox is going to be. So yeah, and here's what the revolver looks like. It's low spread, but you don't have to worry about that because, oh yeah, it is 6. So yeah, it looked the same. So you don't have to worry about spread, but if you like fire it like not crazy, yeah, it does insane amounts of damage, and more amount of damage from like any distance. So here's me standing like far away in the map. If you press suit to zoom, which is B, or if you have it bound to something else, so just zoom in, and then it like works every time. And I mostly use this in NPC battles. I'm skilled at it. Now, one thing to note is that you can abuse the quick switch system like very badly, and it kind of like makes the game competitive or something. I have no idea what I'm talking about, because I'm just like making things up for some reason. So let's just go on to like the things that you guys been waiting for, the SMGs and assault rifles. Now, oh, I need water. My throat is like a desert. I think it's because I'm wearing a desert uniform. Now this weapon has like an alt fire. Now functions more like artillery because like when you like aim up it goes farther, but if you aim down it goes less farther. So yeah, and here's what it looks like when you fire it. There's mid-range. I'm gonna show you close range too, but it's far away from that, so you don't have to worry. So you can see the difference between those. So I'm gonna show you far away range and show you like how this weapon isn't good for like far range combat. Yeah, so as you can see, it's kind of bad, but the thing is that the NPCs use it, and it's kind of a terror. And like, even though that you're not gonna die to it often, if you're on low health, and if these guys with the assault rifles get you, if you run into a room with this guy, they can kill you easily, because due to this weapon's high fire rate and like high amount of bullets, they're gonna kill you like very fast. Even though that they're gonna be far away and won't hit you as often, they still will take you down. And here's what it looks like with moving NPCs. Now I'm not gonna turn on the thing that makes them aggro towards me, I'm just gonna make them move. Now I did have them on low health, but still, if you like use this very closely, you can like kill NPCs very fast. I'm gonna show you the assault rifle so that you guys can see what it is. Now, one thing to note about the alt fire is that it's a projectile. That's not what I expected. So this thing can fire and track any target, so I'm just gonna fire it here. So yeah, it's kind of like a terror. Now it's only situational, so it fires in a straight line, so it's not gonna really be accurate. But if you're like, I'm gonna take you to this room. So if you're in like an open room and you do this, you can like potentially. That's better. You can potentially hit something. Now it doesn't hurt you, so just feel free to fire it at any time, but just be aware that it can damage players. Now, I'm not sure if this is true, but I think it does launch other players if like friendly fire is on. I don't know. Just like if it's like off, you can't damage other players. So yeah. You can also, I'm not sure if this is true, but I think you can pick up energy balls with the gravity gun, but it's not really like that. So here's what it looks like from mid-range. Now, it does get inaccurate, so with the weapons, you need to like have trigger discipline. So you need to like do your shots more or less frequent. So instead of like firing it like that, you can just like cap fire, just like do a little burst. So with that, you can see that the more less that I did auto fire, it did like more into the center and less than outside. So you're gonna see yourself using this pretty often because of its like high damage potential, and it does have 30 rounds. And if you like have it, I'm gonna show you at the end of the video the like things of ammo for it. So here's close range, and then I'm gonna do long range after that. So yeah, it is kind of a beast at close range, but we'll get to another beast later. So here's long range. Now, you see like more going out, but if you tap fire, then that will be a problem. So here's what it looks like for NPCs when they get hit by it. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. So, yeah, you can see that it has like high potential. I'm gonna get to the other beast. Now, I'm gonna do long range just to show you that it's ineffective and that it's actually supposed to be used at close range. Yeah, don't use the shotgun like this because you're gonna die instantly if you don't know how to use the shotgun. So here's mid to close range. So as you can see that it's actually a shotgun and like meant to be used at close range. So here's what it looks like from close range. So it's a very high damage weapon, and like for most of you that don't know what a shotgun is or does, it's just close range, and it's basically a melee weapon, but instead it shoots bullets with its can. So yeah, here's what it looks like to NPCs who get damaged by it. Here's mid-range. Here's mid-range. So yeah, it takes 2 shots, but here's like closer range. You can see that it's like does high amounts of damage from like that range, and like there's a secondary shot which I fired at there earlier, so here's what it looks like. So now we get to the crossbow. This is a long range weapon, so you're supposed to use it from long range. You can do close range like that, but I don't feel right using it at close range because it just feels bad. So here's long range. So one thing to note about the crossbow, it fires a projectile, so basically like this coming out more faster than that. So yeah, it's a projectile. You don't have to worry about the like things of hit scan because that's all in the past. So here's what it looks like. Oh yeah, I forgot that was a prop. So here's what it looks like. And also, since it's a long bolt, you can pin all NPCs, well, not all NPCs, to the wall. As you can clearly see. Aw, I was gonna do the one glitch. So, since it's a projectile, and since it has like a low travel rate, it does drag down a little bit, and it does like take time to get to a target. So here's me from across the map firing at an NPC. So as you can see, it hits the guy in the foot, which hurts very bad because it's like more bad than the Lego because this does have heat in it. So yeah, as you can see, it's kind of like low. It doesn't really have that much stomping power from like long range, but if you get it right and if the NPC does stop, if you know that the NPC is gonna stop, if you like are a sidekick or something, then yeah, it will work. So now time to get to the explosives. Now there are ways to like have quick switch grenade. There's a throw and like an under toss. kind of like that. Now this one gets you like very far, so you can like do that. If you do it at an angle, then when it comes down, it kind of like explodes kind of instantly. Now this is kind of like if you're wanting to clear a room, you can just like quickly toss it at like the doorway to like clear out an area and then rush in. So one thing to note is if you hold the button, I think it either makes like the delay at this explosion like very short, or like makes it go farther, but I'm not really sure what it does. So it does 60 damage, I think, but I think that's just splash damage. So you're gonna like see these guys throwing it at you. So here's what it looks like. It can take out like that many NPCs. Here we have the RPG. Now, this is like in the coast chapter with the buggy where you get the scout car and then you like go around doing things. So this is only for like either this or this. So if you're up against this, it will shoot down your projectiles. So you need to like use it around. It does have a laser, so well, you're supposed to like do this to try and get around the gunship's gun defense, and then yeah, it has like either 4 or 5 shots. This thing takes forever to kill, so it's kind of like a final boss kind of thing. Now with this Strider, you don't have to worry about like that, because like it can be damaged with this. You can also use the SMG grenade against this guy and this guy. And just for clearance, here's what it looks like to NPCs. So yeah, you can like do that. Now, you can pick up your own grenades, just be very careful. And if you have balls of steel, like me, you can pick up an enemy's grenade and then throw it back if they throw it to you. And just for reference, here's my balls. You can see that they're very iron. So yeah, they're like steel. Nothing getting past that. And also, there's a rare chance that these guys will like be able to like stab you through with their legs. Oh man. Yeah, so it does damage it. Now, bullets don't work against this, I mean this, and this, and this. Now, this does... I thought that the shotgun would work. Yeah, it's only explosives, so here's explosive. Yeah, so like you can take these guys down in like a few hits. Oops. I have mod. So anyways, since you get all of your knowledge from this, I'm gonna show you me fighting a couple NPCs. I just need to clear up because like there's things from the tutorial. So here's me, the creator of the channel, fighting against NPCs. I'm gonna try using all weapons. Yeah, so you mostly use the bullet-based weapons. One thing to note is that they do use shotguns and they do use pistols. Now, the pistol-wielding variants don't really do anything. And here's what the guys look like with the stun sticks. So yeah, they don't really do much. But they do, like, do some damage if you're not careful. Yeah, so they do, like, do very high amounts of damage, and so do these guys. And due to them having, like, close range weapons, they do, kind of charge at you. And they can't fire from, like, far away, so here's what they look like. It's kind of like kamikaze, kind of. And here's what they look like if you shoot me. Yeah, they can take you down very quickly, so you need to, like, be careful. Otherwise, they're gonna, like, kill you instantly. Yeah, so if you're going up against these guys, you need to, like, try and, like, make it your first priority to get those guys. And then, like, here's the weapons of priority with NPCs that I would mostly... Well, these weapons don't exist, they're modded. So, it's this one first. Well, if you're, like, facing up against Metro Cops, maybe this one, because they do damage. So, this one first, this one last, and then this one, and then after that, it's gonna be this one. They don't do this one unless you have an animation fix mod. So yeah. And then if they throw these, you just have to, like, grab them and then throw them back. And one thing to note is that you can pick up your grenades, you just have to be quick with throwing them. It's mostly like a kind of close range weapon. If you want to, like, pick it up and then throw quickly to, like, get them off guard if they're stuck in, like, a little room, kind of like this. Yeah. And, like, I'm not going to show you the boss battles between these guys. You're going to have to do it by yourself. But if I would recommend, I would have you download LFS along with this, because these guys require a specific nav mesh, which don't apply to these guys, because these guys use a ground mesh, but these guys don't because they're flying machines, and these guys don't because they don't even move. They're just stationary. But they have one weakness, the turrets. Which is physics. Which is, like, the main cause of, like, why they die a lot. Oh yeah, I forgot they don't die because I have the mod. So I'll list the mods that I used in this video so that you guys can, like, do stuff. I will have a few mod collections so that you guys will do things. Now, the vehicle-based combat I'm not gonna get into because obviously I don't have the vehicle tool gun. And also, it's just kind of boring because you just sit there and shoot, and obviously, since it's a vehicle and a physics-based object, there's not really much that you can do besides, like, run a ton of guys over. Yeah, so there's some things that I did get into, but yeah, I'm not gonna do that because it's just bad. And for Oh yeah, that's right. I'm gonna mention the ammo. So here's the average ammo for the weapons. You have this much for the pistol, this much for the revolver, SMG, the pulse rifle, the shotgun, the crossbow, the grenades, and then the rocket launcher. So yeah, you have like an ammo restriction, but with this you can like, well, honestly, since I have infinite ammo, it's not really a problem. But like if you have that off, it will be a problem. But you do have like 256 with this one, I think. I think it's 256. I'm not sure. It must be 45, like 245, I think, but I'm not really sure. You're gonna have to get into that yourself because I just don't really want to get into like the big things, and since like I would have to like reload the game, I'm not gonna do that. So anyways, there's also some things with this. There are health packs, health charging stations. With these you can just walk over and pick up. With this you need a I'm gonna make my health low for a second so that you guys can see. So with this you can walk over, or if you have the mod that I have, just do that. So here's what this does. Yeah, you have to like press down and hold. You can't like do that. So here's the suit batteries and the suit. There's nothing really much with the suit. So with the ammo batteries, the suit, I mean armor batteries. So with this, or suit batteries, or I don't know. So with the suit, if you have like max or just a little bit of this, you can like take less damage than usual. So I'm gonna show you with like all of this. So yeah, it's like the same thing as the health charging station. I'm gonna spawn some NPCs so that you guys can see what it looks like. Oh yeah, these guys have that. Yeah, so here's what it looks like. Yeah, so as you can see, that if I was in that situation, I would be dead by now. But as you see, the suit was being eaten up while my health was draining less frequently. So that's one of the things with it. And now most YouTubers either ignore the ammo or just skip by it, or use like different weapon mods. But personally, I use the regular Half-Life 2 weapons, since I'm not really a big fan of like things that have like different things. So anyways, that will be it. Until the next video. Remember to drink some tea if you actually like it.